taxi waits.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show, sponsored by Kia.
This is the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, happy to be here with my friends, and I mean that, my buddies, my pals, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the Phoenix Suns going up against the Philadelphia 76ers.
Doesn't make sense now.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K. And before.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, it's...
All right, thank you, David. Norris, as you try to evaluate teams here in the early going and try to predict what kind of season they might have, what do you personally look for?
Well, I think early on I want to see what kind of defensive habits they're building. Are they championship defensive habits? Are they giving multiple efforts? And then who are they on the offensive end? What's their identity? How do they win? What's their go-to move when times get tight?
So the opening lineup for the Suns. Bledsoe teams up with Booker in the backcourt. E.J. Tucker is out there with Jared Dudley. And it's Bender in at the 5, roaming the paint. Pulls up. It's hauled in by Thomas. Phoenix Suns come into this one following a loss to Indiana.
And the issues they had defensively, in part, I thought, was a huge factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was a road game for them.
Listen, the offense had the crowd's energy to feed off, but it doesn't explain a lack of effort on defense.
And I love that the instant that steal was made, they were out in the open floor.
Aggressive and active from start to finish there, both with their defense and in transition.
Booker outside, takes the 3. Phoenix no good that time either. 76ers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Thomas kicks to Simmons. That's in there. Thomas with the assist.
And what skill from Simmons. A total genius at reading the defense and exploiting them in the paint.
Bledsoe kicks to Dudley. On the wing, Booker. He feeds it to Tucker. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Bender. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Let's hope that's never the plan, and certainly not this early in the game. You don't want to let him get on a roll. That can make a long night for you.
The 76ers shooting their first free throw of the evening.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
And here are the Suns now. It's a 5-point game. Dudley with a screen for Bledsoe. Out to the wing. Dudley with it. He's picked up by Landry. Here's Booker. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Booker's got his first bucket of the night.
All the tools. When you're talking about Booker, he's got everything he needs to be one of the league's great scorers.
Thomas against Bledsoe. And there's the 3-second violation. And here's the shot chart as we see how things are going.
Well, just look at the cluster in the middle of the paint. That right there tells you all you need to know about how they have built the lead they have. They are playing with more intensity on the offensive side of the ball, and it's the difference in the game right now. You have to love how they've approached this matchup.
For Phoenix, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And Champ gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
I approve that steal. Presidential pardon.
There's the pick. Here's Bledsoe. Misses from short range.
He can be a dominant, intimidating threat, but the defense stood tall.
And good that time.
I love how Simmons sets the floor. So good at spotting his teammates for high percentage shots.
Booker dishes to Bledsoe. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field. Thomas passes to Young. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Thomas got 4 assists in the game.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Stolen by Thomas. That one falls. Thomas got his second bucket of the night.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Suns trail by 7. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Thomas. And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Thomas kicks to Simmons. Now here's Okafor. He's tightly guarded, and it goes down 2 points.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
And Jahlil Okafor, really a throwback in a lot of ways. You know, when you think about some of the low post giants that our game has seen. I mean, 6'11", over 270 pounds, tremendous hands and footwork, and he can take defenders to school on that low block. Going to continue to have to improve his passing, particularly out of double teams, and ability to face up a little more. But again, this is a guy with a tremendous amount of ability moving forward.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix.
Clearly, he's not pleased with all the looks they've given up on the inside, and also to get them to tighten up that defense.
Well, tighten up and toughen up in the lane. Establish better position, maybe even take some charges.
And there it is for him.
Boy, his shot looks deadly right now. Already, he's hit 3 of 4 to start.
Outside Thomas. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Bledsoe against Thomas. They set the pick. Up top, Tucker. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. The 76ers leading by 11. The 3 from Thomas. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And a huge lead here early to start.
Well, they hit the ground running, and not just on the offensive end. Their defense has been brilliant as well.
Here's Bledsoe. It's hauled in by Thomas. Thomas got his 3rd rebound tonight. Inside. Here's Young. That's in there. Thomas with the assist.
And Young is comfortable operating inside. When he gets that close to the hoop, the D has no chance.
Bledsoe against Thomas. And stolen by Thomas. And a hard slam there from Prez to finish off the play.
And that's the athleticism that had him so highly touted coming into the league.
Suns trail by 18. Knocks it loose. Fires for 3. No good. Shot missing. So Phoenix will take it the other way. And this is the first season matchup for them against this 76ers team.
And in their 2 matchups last season, they came up empty both times. Not really too shocking when you see how they fared overall.
Bledsoe against Thomas. Now here's Bender. Tight defense on him. Right wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Tucker. They can't stop the run with that one. Philadelphia leading by 20. From deep, Thomas. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
Outstanding start from 3-point range. Their shooters are on fire.
Phoenix calls timeout. Doris, I think you still hold one of the top spots for all-time assists at Providence. Who do you think is the best right now at dishing out assists in the NBA?
I think that the guy who has the most complete command of the position right now is Chris Paul. The ball's on a string. He seems to make every right decision. Willing to score it when he has to, Kevin, but you know his primary thought process is, who can I get the ball to fastest? DJ, Blake, JJ Redick, you name it, Chris Paul.
When you were at the top of your game, when these guys are at the top of their game, is everything in slow motion? Is that when you know you've hit that stride as a point guard that you want to have?
I don't think there's any question. And one of the ways you get there is you watch a ton of film as a point guard, because the game slows down on film. Your options open right before your eyes, so that when you step back between the lines, Kevin, now you have an understanding the game is moving slower. It's a great point by you.
And while we can now, let's check in on the top scoring rookies in the NBA. And you look at Thomas, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
And there's always firepower in every rookie class, but even among the top guns, he's the best of the best. He'll be an offensive force for years to come.
5 on the clock. To the paint. Here's Knight.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
Double team on Thomas. To the inside. He dishes it to Okafor. And here's Simmons for 3. Nailed from three-point land. Simmons got 8 points.
It's taken them no time to build this lead up. Great first quarter offensively.
Boy, they have a chance to put an end to this one before it even really gets started. That's how good their offense has been.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And here's the fast break. And Embiid throws it down.
And there are more points tacked on here to the early lead.
And they're doing it by working the ball inside and getting those high-quality looks in the paint. That's been their recipe.
And here we go. Philadelphia running again. He goes up again, and it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
And the 76ers with some changes. Nerlens Noel comes in for Okafor. And Robert Covington subbed in for Simmons. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Phoenix. Knight dishes to Warren. Back to Knight. Looking to end the run. And Embiid pulls it down. Outside Thomas. To the middle. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. We've seen a lot of unhappy players leaving the Suns in recent seasons. Might be addition Doris by subtraction.
Well, Kevin, I don't know. The front office admitted that perhaps they'd made a mistake and should have held on to all-star Isaiah Thomas, but chemistry is so critical. You need players pulling in the same direction, willing to make the team better. And hopefully, you know, the change in personnel gets them back on track.
Double team on Thomas. Here's Embiid. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. And it's 9 points for Joel Embiid.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Brandon Knight has had more than his fair share of embarrassing moments in his career, from being on the wrong side. Well, Phoenix shooting a low 30% right now. An ugly offensive performance. Thomas, he's in at the point. Carl Landry is out there with Simmons. Then there's Jahlil Okafor, and it's Young in at the shooting guard position. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
I think one thing that jumps out at you with Eric Bledsoe is just how fearless he is. He goes right at players who have a huge size advantage, doesn't settle for jumpers even when he can, and we just repeatedly press and prod the defense.
Doris, with Bledsoe, you've seen him in the paint, stepping through big men, taking the contact, and he still finishes the play.
Yeah, and I think that mentality goes through Bledsoe's overall game as well. You know, he jumps passing lanes, goes for the risky play, because he doesn't know any other way to play. Very few players that can do as much damage as Bledsoe can at his size.
Okafor, the pass to Thomas. Just 4 to shoot. The 76ers need to get off a shot, and the 3 ball is good. Landry's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And the big lead becomes bigger. They are are playing with purpose here tonight, guys.
You know, you'd be hard-pressed to find an area that's been a weak spot for them. Across the board, this has been a dynamic performance.
Booker, he's checked in for the Suns. Bledsoe against Thomas. Young outside. Tries a three. Thomas kicks to Young. He's looking for Okafor and finds him. Again, Philadelphia.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Dudley against Landry. And Dudley kicks to Bledsoe. Okafor grabs the miss.
Oh, tight defense being played right there. Got right up on him and forced the miss.
Won't go into the books as a block, but certainly had the same effect.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Bledsoe dishes to Tucker. Feeds it to Bender. Six to shoot. And nothing is falling for him right now. The 76ers have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter.
And guys, really admire how Simmons finds the open man consistently. The vision, the unselfishness. That's what you want to see out of him.
There's the pick. Kicks it to Booker. Tucker with the ball. 11-point game his last outing. Out to the right wing. Shoots the three. Phoenix no good that time either.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Okafor. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Thomas got assist number 11 for him here tonight.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Knocked loose. One-on-one fast break from 13. Again, Philadelphia.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And Champ gets the whistle that time. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. A dominating first.
Thanks, Kevin. Hey, you've done a great job of moving the ball around as well as scoring. What's been the key?
Keep it up, guys. We have some good momentum. Listen up.
The beautiful skyline of downtown Philadelphia, all lit up, dressed up, and ready to go. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. What a game we're seeing from Champ.
How about a double-double already? I mean, this is the sort of energy performance that just energizes your entire team.
Those kinds of stats take a lot of sweat and hard work, and he only needed a half to do it.
Here's who Earl Watson is starting the second half with. Booker is the 2 with Tucker at the 3. Jared Dudley out there with Bender. And it's Bledsoe in at the point guard position.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Double team on Thomas. Landry passes to Young. Just 5 on the clock. Thomas kicks to Young. From deep 3-point range. It's hauled in by the Suns. Bledsoe outside. Bender. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. And it's 6 points for Dragan Bender. Outside Thomas. Out to the right wing. Young outside. He tries for 3. That was enough space for Young to convert the deep ball.
And Young can knock those down if you give him the chance.
Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Here's Bender, and Bender throws it down.
And Bender is a tall guy who can definitely slam it down when given the opportunity. Like to see him finish that strong.
The three from Thomas. Simmons dishes to Okafor. Poked away. Now Dudley. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he read the play.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And Dragan Bender out of Croatia looking to follow in the footsteps of Porzingis as the next European big man to make an impact right out of the gates.
Yeah, and like Porzingis, I think he has a chance to be one of those guys that can spread the floor at the 5. A big man who can patrol the paint defensively and then stretch it on the offensive side of the floor.
Nice release there from Prez to knock down the triple.
I love his form. I mean, it's so repeatable and clean in terms of the release. Just great stuff from Prez.
They double team Bledsoe. Now here's Tucker. D right on him. No good from Bledsoe.
The mechanics totally out of whack right now. He's lost his feel for the shot.
What a brutal stretch for him, just trying to work his way out of it, which is harder than it sounds.
Too open that time, made it look too easy. Landry's got 11 points.
It has been a 3-point barrage for them since halftime.
I mean, unbelievable. Whether they're wide open or defenders draped all over them, they're hitting from distance.
And Doris by now, there's a minute 47 left in the third. Knight kicks to Warren. Back to Knight. Lock at 6. Pass to Barbosa. And here's Warren for 3. Sinks the three-pointer. He's got 7.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
There's Thomas with the 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Boy, when he's in rhythm like this, the whole team benefits. His scoring efficiency gives them a major advantage.
Knight kicks to Barbosa. Dudley with a screen for Barbosa. Off the screen, and the rejection by Noel. And then Thomas with the jam.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
That's an excellent finish on the break, getting all the way to the cup for an easy one.
Knight wide open. Another 3 for Phoenix.
So good on the catch and shoot. You don't want to let Knight get dialed in from behind the arc.
Thomas kicks to Noel. Philadelphia moving the ball around. That's good for Thomas on the assist by Simmons. Simmons got assist number 7 for him tonight. Phoenix has gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. They're 6 of 15. And Thomas over to help. Barbosa for 3. Another 3 for Phoenix. There's 21 seconds left in the third. Thomas goes in. A slam dunk by Thomas.
That fella can flat out fly, can he?
Reminds me of a young Greg Anthony out of
my
UNLV.
goodness.
No doubt about that. Just look at the elevation he climbed to right there.
Kevin, you just made my knees hurt.
It is the truth, though. His vertical is a huge part of what makes him tough to defend at the basket.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Philadelphia ahead just. And thanks again for joining us. On the 76ers with some changes. Gerald Henderson, he's checked in for Nerlens Noel. Young comes in for Grant. And Thomas subbed in for Jared Bayless. A big group substitution here for Phoenix. Bender, he's checked in for Chandler. P.J. Tucker comes in for Williams. Booker, he's checked in for Chris. And Eric Bledsoe subbed in for Leandro Barbosa. Thomas in at 2-guard. Sarge is out there with Henderson. And it's Young. And it's Levins in at the 1. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Henderson passes to Thomas. left side wing. Now the pass to Henderson. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. One of the topics, Doris, that's come up recently relates to the NBA scheduling, with all the talk of trying to delete these back-to-back games. Players don't want it. Their performance isn't good. A lot of them will sit and rest, which is kind of cheating the fan that pays a lot of money to go see a big star play, and then he's not going to play because it's the 3rd and 4 nights.
Correct, and you and I have talked about this. You can shorten the exhibition season, Kevin, go from 10 to 12 to down to 3 to 4. I think that the teams will benefit from that. You can start the season just a little bit earlier. It's so crucial that the NBA product be as good as it should be, and the way to do that is to make sure 4 and 5 and back-to-backs are reduced to the greatest measure possible.
You don't run a championship horse day after day, night after night.
I'm not cracking the whip on you or anybody else.
But you play every other day. That is a horse you can ride. Philadelphia's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the 4th. Outside Thomas. Now the dish to Young. Back to Thomas. Buries the long-range jumper. Thomas got 42 in the game.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
And it's Bledsoe off the drive. Len dishes to Bledsoe. And stolen by Thomas. And here we go. Philadelphia running again. And then Henderson with the jam.
And it's all one-way traffic tonight, boy. They have been lights out offensively.
It hasn't mattered what tactic they've used. The inside game, the outside game, quick hitters, patient, whatever. It's all worked.
Goodwin kicks to Bledsoe. And Champ gets the whistle that time. That's it for him. He's fouled out of the game. Used to be any contact at the rim, Doris, would result in a foul on the defender. But that has changed now with verticality in mind. What do you make of all this?
I love it. I absolutely love it. And I think the guy who did it...
So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldrich, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan.
Yo, Fred, Ernie and the guys in the studio want to talk to you.
All right, let's get it. Great evening.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. Now it's time to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Champ.
Hey, what's up? This is Kenny. Now, you were all over the floor tonight. Congrats on a triple-double. Now, do you consider this one of your best games of the season?
You know, right now it's definitely up there, but...
That's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. We certainly hope you've enjoyed the show, don't we, guys?
It was great.
Yeah. Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and for Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew. All 653,000 of them.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Hard-working.
A lot of people.
Yeah. It's a long line at the buffet, though.
Yeah. Shout out to the T-Pose, man.
Oh,
yes. I don't know his name, but I know his face.
I'm Ernie Johnson. See you next time.